Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Big Bad Workshop's Operation Monster Force Commander Gridiron. If Saturday morning cartoons fueled your imagination as a kid and powers your action figure collecting now as an adult, then you're in the right place. Thanks for stopping by and welcome to Saturday Morning Toy Collector.
And if you like my content, please consider subscribing.
For more than 2 years now, Articulated Empire has become your trusted online retailer. They carry all the latest lines like Mythic Legion, Savage Crucible, Marvel Legends, NECA, and much, much more. They ship your items quickly and securely. You'll be quite happy how Steve and his team follow through with their care and attention. Articulated Empire also offers free shipping over $75 and no tax except for Illinois residents. So head over to articulatedempire.com today and build your empire. Kicking things off with Season 3, Part 1, here is a back of the package shot with the Red Moon Rising storyline, along with the cross-sell at the bottom of the package. Opening up the book-style cover, you can see a little excerpt from the comic giving you a little backstory on Commander Gridiron, and then a big window box on the right showing all the things he comes with. So let's get this guy opened up out of the package and take a closer look. All right, starting off with all the accessories and everything he comes with. Of course, we get that really awesome Operation Monster Force display stand that offers up the look of being like a display piece, or you can use it as a figure stand with his name Commander Gridiron on it. I always think that that's a brilliant idea. You get a little baggie here of the different firing effects, plus that little smoke effect, which is always my favorite. I love that little thing. Let's see here. We get a couple of little pouches, because the pouches and vest that he's wearing is modular, so you can change it up however you'd like. You've got two little like magazine pouches there, possibly carrying other things, a little red light bent neck flashlight. With hands, we get two punchies on horizontal hinges. We get two open splayed out hands on horizontal hinges, and then we get two trigger finger hands on vertical hinges. He has two gripping hands on him and out of the package, and I don't know if those are horizontal or vertical. Again, another piece that is modular and can be put on his vest is this knife sheath, all black with a black blade, little bit of gray weathering, just a tiny bit, ever so gently applied right there. We do get a larger, like Desert Eagle style weapon here, sidearm, and then the big piece is this amazing looking, what I can only assume to be a muzzled or silenced shotgun, which is crazy. It's like you want a shotgun power, but you don't want all that sound. The suppressor is not removable. It does have a hole in the end for blast effects, and then you do get this nicely painted drum magazine with one shell already locked in, and that plugs in just like that. Nothing else is modular, nothing else moves. Black with a nice, like, light gunmetal silver dry brushing. And then we do get one of the Skull Crusher heads, because Commander Gridiron, while a part of Operation Monster Force, is leading a pack of troops known as the Skull Crushers. So we get this nicely painted white skull, red eyes, sort of a dirty, grungy dry brush on there, and then it has this breather, soft, rubbery breather tubes that goes around the back. These are also the base for all of the different head options that you can possibly pull in the blind bags for the Skull Crushers. And then last but not least, something that was just tossed in my box and not in this package is an additional head for Commander Gridiron. And we're going to get into this, and we're going to talk a little bit about it when we look at the figure head, and I'm going to tell you why they included a replacement head for the figure. So that's a look at all of the accessories. Let's turn our attention to Commander Gridiron himself. All right, here we have Commander Gridiron opened up out of the package just as he comes. And man, he is looking really super, like, in charge and tactical. I'm sure this is a buck that we've seen many times used in Operation Monster Force, probably in like Series 2, and then crossed over with some of their figures from Soldiers of Fortune. But man, again, I say this all the time, it's amazing what a simple coat of paint can do for a figure. And so we do have removable shoulder pauldrons, elbow pads. This upper chest gear is removable. Each one of his leg pouches removable. Looks like we've got a port right here for his, not only his sidearm in the holster, but a port for another, like you could probably put the flashlight or another pouch right there. This plate is removable. His shells removable. Of course, the communicator removable. And you can just tuck that little cable like underneath there. I like the paint apps here. It's gold and more shotgun shells on the belt, more pouches, some carabiners or C-clips, not carabiners, C-clips here, not painted silver, but I could probably pick that up myself. And then, I mean, yeah, just look at the camo print on the boot, I mean, on the legs here, which is incredible. See, look, Hasbro, you can print on the sides. That's amazing. That's amazing what they figured out here. But yeah, let's get him off the rotating base and zoom in here a little bit on this guy and just take a closer look. Now here, let me, if you don't know who Commander Gridiron is, this is a tribute figure to Mark, I believe his name is Buchanan. It's like Buchanan, like Buchanan with a V. But Von Cannon, what a great name for somebody who makes guns. And he and his other two brothers run Gridiron Studios. So if you didn't know Commander Gridiron Studios, Mark Buchanan, this is a tribute figure to him. Now, why do we have this extra head? Apparently, it is, and I can still have this base in my way. Apparently, it's because of the slight mustache on the upper lip. This is not actually what Mark looks like. This is what Mark looked like. So apparently, when they saw what was shipping, they were like, we got to fix that and then ship this. Also, the skin tone's a little lighter. If you can see, hopefully my camera is able to pick that up. It's a little more yellow here, a little more flesh tony here. But the same kind of dirtiness, the same kind of like little scar right there. You know, they didn't have to go this extra mile, but man, I'm so glad they did. It just looks really nice. But even check out this hair, man. Look at the wash that they put on, which really brings out the sculpt of every tuft of hair. It looks really good. And having seen a picture here, I'll put a picture up of this guy, and you can see like right there. Yeah, absolutely. That's totally him. They nailed the likeness of the head of their studio, which is really, really dope. Now, again, if you want to remove these, you know, and kind of customize him, all of these, you know, pieces of armor, as you guys have seen in other Operation Monster Force figures, is removable. You can go asymmetrical if you'd like. Let's see here. Is this pouch? No, that pouch is not removable. But these are just on plugs, and you can unplug them. You can plug anything in wherever you'd like. So let's see, like right here. Let me grab where is one of the pouches? So we can grab one of these little pouches here and plug it in the front, so that hole is not just sort of like open and unsightly. And let's see if we can get this plugged in on camera, if we're going to have to do it off camera. There we go, plugs right in. And if you think, man, I think this guy's got enough shotgun shells, we could remove this one and give him, you know, his knife, since we have the communicator on the other side, kind of taking up some space. So you could do that. You could also put the knife on his back, which that might be a better location. What if we did that? What if we put the knife here? Give him back let's put this back here, and then I understand that this is, let's do that. I understand that this is necessary. Is this a port as well? I believe it is. I know this is necessary. Oh, I got to find that. Thankfully, I don't have carpet. And then maybe we can get the flashlight up there. And so, yeah, you can really kind of like kit him out any way you'd like. Maybe you want to move the flashlight down to his holster, his sidearm holster. You certainly can. The belt is not sculpted on. That is a separate piece, so you could pop him apart and remove it if you wanted to, or do anything you'd like. And then let's see here. What does this guy look like? So do we do the whole neck? Yeah, we do. The whole neck is going to remove. Now, I will tell you, I have had in the past lots of trouble removing Operation Monster Force and Soldiers of Fortune necks. I almost can never do it the first couple of tries. So yeah, let me heat this guy up and do it off camera. There you go. And if you wanted to remove the head and give him like his helmet, the Skull Crusher helmet, you certainly could. I do have some Skull Crushers. I may bring those out for the photographs, may not. But yeah, they look great too. And it's really cool to have like this little, I ended up picking up 2 just so I could have like Commander Gridiron and like 2 of his, like soldiers, Skull Crushers with him. I'm going to customize them each a little bit differently. That way he's got a tiny little like 3-person squad there. But yeah, there you have it. There's a closer look. Maybe we drop the sidearm in and let's go ahead and give him his big gun here. Do you guys collect Operation Monster Force? Are you into them? Are you doing their Cops and Crooks line? Are you doing their Soldiers of Fortune line? All of their figures are fun and well made, and I feel like definitely worth the price, especially with all of the customization you can do and all the parts and pieces you get. Yeah, this guy is amazing. Yeah, he looks really good. So why don't we do just a little bit of size comparisons to see how he's going to fit in with your modern military figures in that 6-inch scale. All right, so let's see here. If you wanted to fit him in with some figures from Hasbro, here he is next to G.I. Joe Hit and Run. Here he is next to a Marvel Legends Blade from the Wolverine and Deadpool movie. I don't know why Hit and Run don't want to stand up. But you can see if you wanted to put him in with any of these guys, you certainly could. Perfectly fits in scale, but probably what you really want to know is how does he fit in with your Action Force figures. There he is next to a custom like pop and swap that I made, and then here he is next to the Saboteur, who is from the Big Bad Workshop upper. These are going to be your Soldiers of Fortune. He is up on a base, but you know, come on, he's got this little beret going on. So yeah, they all fit in. They're all in the same scale. These may even be the same legs, or at least they're the same boots and knee pads. But yeah, he fits in perfectly with any other 6-inch scale modern military figures that you wanted to work him in. All right, there is a look at Commander Gridiron, commander of the Skull Crushers, a little sub-team baked inside the Big Bad Workshop world of Operation Monster Force. Boy, do I love this line. Boy, do I love these figures. They're great, imaginative, fun, because they delve into the world of the paranormal with vampires and werewolves and forgotten kings and all kinds of craziness. But listen, if that paranormal stuff is not your cup of tea, don't worry. Just about every single Operation Monster Force figure does come with regular human parts. And, you know, you can just make this a completely modern or vintage military line, whatever you want. You don't have to go the supernatural route. I just happen to love that it does. It's a pretty creative story. Commander Gridiron here, very nice tribute figure, but even if you don't care about that and you just want like a really old grizzled badass on the battlefield, this guy's going to fill that need perfectly. I love this figure, but you guys let me know in the comments down below what you think of Commander Gridiron or Operation Monster Force or Big Bad Workshop as a whole, making action figures across the board with different IPs like the Tick or I believe and like Cops and Crooks, which is a great throwback to the 80s era, which I absolutely love. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of this guy. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I super appreciate it, and please continue to check us out over on Instagram at Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I am your Saturday Morning Toy Collector, Mark, and I'll see you in the toy aisles.